Hello. Today I will be watching some YouTube. Oh, don't mind this. Let's watch some.
Hey Dad, I was going over these profit and loss statements. Instead of distributing more profits to our shareholders, why don't we donate some of this money? Where did this money come from?
Don't worry about where it came from, son.
Maybe not.
What's a scrawny little Bellsprout doing in a video like this? Holy moly, I made fun of the wrong barbell sprout back in middle school. Is this video really complete without a JoJo reference? Star Platinum, punching.
How Ash's Pikachu evolved from Pichu in the Pokemon anime. Ash's Pikachu has got a pretty sad backstory. As a Pichu, he never really got along with his group, since Pichu wasn't that good at using electricity, and one day he got lost and met Kangaskhan. The mother Kangaskhan felt bad that Pichu was abandoned and adopted him into the family. Pichu traveled with the Kangaskhan's for a while, and even considered the baby Kangaskhan its brother. But there was one big problem. Kangaskhan's are normally meant to be carrying around one baby Pokemon, and with two baby Pokemon, the mother Kangaskhan was getting really tired carrying Pichu around. Pichu noticed this and thought of himself as a burden to his mother Kangaskhan and wanted to leave, but the mother Kangaskhan would never let Pichu leave since she considered him one of his own. But unfortunately that night, Pichu made the decision to leave behind his family since he decided it would be easier on them. Because of all this emotional build-up, this Pichu evolved into the Pikachu that we know today that later on went on Ash's journey. How Ash's Pikachu evolved.
Vegeta isn't the first person to... Is Cubone actually just a Kangaskhan's baby that's an orphan? I thought Cubone was its own species of Pokemon. It is, but I'm...
Oh.
It started with a name, which led me to a young girl made to work. This unfairness must have ignited something, as years later she boycotted the 1911 census. The suffragettes gained the vote for women, and I discovered she was one of them. My great-great-aunt, Eliza Dobson.
Bring your backstory to life in Ancestry.
Well, I know I do.
Want tickets for tonight? Message now.
Enter your details to reschedule your delivery.
Amazing holiday. Our bank account has been compromised, and I need a few personal details.
Fraud is getting more sophisticated. Stay ahead of scams at gov.uk/stopthinkfraud.
Just one more parkour course to go, and I can get back to parkour civilization. Unfortunately, this is gonna be the hardest one yet. All of these parkour jumps had one thing in common. These were Neo jumps. Neo jumps are considered some of the hardest jumps in parkour civilization, and for a good reason. The only way you make these jumps is by moving around the block in mid-air. The last time I made a difficult Neo jump, I became parkour champion and I saved the world. But that was one jump, and I'm afraid this course is probably gonna have a lot more than one. After all, this course was made by the Neo legend of parkour, so that probably says something. If I had a choice, I would turn back immediately, but unfortunately I don't. If I want to save the world, I need to get the disc. The entire time I've been here, I've been risking my life to get the discs I need to go home. I thought I've been outsmarting the people in this lost civilization, but it turns out I've been in a trap this entire time, and Seawat has been behind it all. I was tricked into collecting the discs for the enemy, and I can only assume that they have a plan to get the discs off of me so they can escape. I couldn't help be disappointed with myself for trusting Seawat. How did I not see this coming? I mean, Seawat literally worked for the evil champion and ran the lab that systematically controlled all of parkour civilization. You know, I probably should have thought about those things a little more before trusting him, but obviously it's way too late now. I gotta give him credit. As much as I dislike Seawat because he is objectively evil, his plan is extremely well thought out. And now that's put me in a very difficult position. On one hand, I could just throw all of the discs in the void and no one gets them. If I went down that route, Seawat and all of the people here can't escape and destroy parkour civilization, but then I wouldn't be able to get back home myself, so I'd basically be sacrificing myself for option 1. Now with option 2, I continue to play my part and get the discs. As long as I have all 4 on me, there still might be a way to get out of here alive without bringing them back to parkour civilization. As I was going over all of the possible futures, I noticed the course changed to Neo Ice Jumps. It seemed like this last course was a combination of all of the parkour legend courses, with of course adding Neo jumps to everything. Oh, I forgot how much I hated these types of jumps. Okay, but back to seeing if I can outsmart Seawat's plan. No matter what option I choose, the biggest problem is my friend. The old woman at the library told me my friend is trapped in some prison. And if I remember correctly, There's one more thing. I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the 3rd and 4th disc first.
Well, now that I know that Siwat was the one behind the evil plan, I think it's safe to say that Siwat has my friend locked up in a prison somewhere. If that is the case, then I think I know what Siwat's plan is. He's gonna use my friend as leverage to have me give him the discs. It all makes sense now. There's no way he could get the discs off of me, so that means I'll either have to choose the discs or the life of my friend. That's assuming I finish this course and don't die in the void so I can get the last one. But to be honest, even though one jump could end it all, I knew I was gonna finish this course. There's a reason Siwat made this elaborate plan to get me to do the courses, and it's the same reason why all the parkour fighters must have joined him. There's only one person that exists in this world that is good enough at parkour to make these courses, and that person is me, the parkour champion. Siwat and all of the people in this civilization put their faith in me, because they knew that without me, they would never make it back alive. Well, I hate to